I am muted. What up, though? How y'all doing out there? What's good with it, y'all? Let's talk about it. First and foremost, Gun Freak Nation, let's pray for our brother, Baltimore James. He reached out to me on some personal stuff, and let's pray for his grandma that's in the hospital. He said she's not doing so well, so he wanted me to pray. I prayed. My woman, my significant other, she prayed, and I want y'all to take a few seconds out and pray that his grandma gets, have a full, speedy recovery. When your loved ones is sick or they health declining, man, that's when life sucks. But while you still have life, you got to protect your life. You feel me? You got to protect your life. Life is so precious. Life is so short. You know what I'm saying? So, in other words, I don't need any one of you letting that devil, that savage, shortcut your life. We cannot, we can't have that. You feel me? So, isn't anything you guys want me to talk about, or my opinion on something? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm tired of sounding like a broken record. telling people to be armed, which I am still going to continue to preach that message. But if you don't want to listen to me, you ain't got to listen to me. I just don't want y'all to be a future victim. What up, though, Take Money? Let me put your comment up there. Take Money. Wait a minute, can they see it? I think I got it blocked from the banner. Okay. Take Money. You're, for whatever reason. There you go. Take Money. You are. Reach out to me. My email. Reach out to me. Okay. I would like to have you on the show as a guest, and if you're comfortable talking, shit, you throw the link up on your end. I can put that link up, and we'll go from there. I haven't forgot about you. I want to know how this mic is sounding. Is it too loud? I can adjust it. Let me know. Fill me in. This is something that I plan on doing pretty much on a nightly basis. I don't think I'm no longer uploading videos to YouTube. I'm turning this channel into pretty much a podcast where I'm going to just, when you see me, it'll be live. And the reason why I'm doing it, I'm tired of recording videos and setting schedules for it to be, released. And I'm still going to do it because I got paid members that actually pay me every month. They are the people that they fuck with me. The true supporters. They fuck with me. I got paid members, so I got to give y'all perks. It's only like $2.99, $3 a month or something like that. But when you got a bunch of members, it can be nice, So I gotta give y'all a salute. Shout out to all my paid members. I got the members only album I'm about to drop for y'all free. All the free members gonna get it free. You're gonna get early access to exclusive content, videos, whatnot. You first to watch it. It may not go live to the public. But as far as my intentions of with this channel, I'm going to turn it into a podcast, and I'm going to have people, coming in, and I interview them, and we just going to have fun. I got a lot of interesting people that's on my list, and I hope that they, come through and I do the live. If not, and I'm gonna have to do it by myself. You feel me? That's what I'm telling y'all. Never depend on nobody else. Depend on yourself. Position yourself and make that shit happen. So if I have to do this shit by myself without any special guests or whatnot, then guess what? I can be a fucking show all to myself, all right? Dr. T. I enjoyed, well, yesterday was our first, we have texted before, but yesterday when I got that phone call, when I saw that missed call from you, I saw, oh shit, she must be ready. She must be ready. And I enjoyed our conversation, Dr. T. And I look forward to when you ready, hit me with the date and time, and we gonna go all the way live, and it's gonna be, I promise you, you're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have a lot of fun. I promise you that. Expect this interview to be like no other. Okay? So when you're ready, now I'm not trying to scare you. We already had that conversation, remember, on the phone yesterday. Just give me the time and the date, and the date and the time, and we're gonna make it happen. But I just wanted to say I am tired of seeing so many people get unalived. And within the last 3 weeks, multiple young people, when I'm talking about young people, I'm talking about from kids to teenagers, have lost their lives right here in my city. At least 3, maybe 4. From a 4-year-old to I think a 15-year-old, a 12-year-old, and I think a 9-year-old, all due to some form of gun violence. And the 4-year-old, he was unalived. He was simply at a park, and some savages got into it. And you know how people like to solve their issues and disputes, right? By pulling out a gun and pulling the trigger, man. And that 4-year-old kid lost his life. It's so fucked up when you can't even, when kids can't even play at the park. That crushed my heart. And then, of course, I believe the 15-year-old was in a dispute with another group of kids, and one of them pulled out a gun, man. This is, and I don't, you can't blame the gun. The gun is a object, The gun is an object. People are not responsible with their firearms, with their weapons, and it falls into the wrong hands, whether they don't let somebody break in their house or their car and the criminal got their hands on it, or regardless, you got to be responsible with your firearms. But when they're in the wrong hands, yes, they are very deadly, very lethal in the wrong hands. But my solution and concept is not like a liberal where they want to do shit that don't make any sense, like, punish the law-abiding citizens, the people that really is doing all of the right things. My thing is, don't try to take away our guns. If anything, we need our guns, because guess what? The criminals got the guns. The savages got the guns. And if they got the guns, then I'd be damned if I be empty-handed. But that's what the politicians want to do. They want to make it as difficult as they possibly can for us to acquire weapons, to buy them, to purchase them. And it just makes no sense. Thank you for that super chat. Nephew, no matter what you go through, we are here for you. I'm here, Gun Freak Nation. We are here for you, nephew. Baltimore James. I wish your grandma the best, and I pray that God, may she be here. Give us some more years. You know what I'm saying? But I just pray, and no matter what, Baltimore James, nephew James, you're gonna be all right no matter what, But through the grace of God, I don't think he's ready to bring her home, But life is so short, man. I just mentioned about a 4-year-old being unalived. 4 years old. You got a 15-year-old. Things have gotten so bad, man, and you know, it's not like how it used to be, where, you know, back in the day in the 80s and, you know, even the 90s, maybe even the early, no, I ain't gonna say early 2000s because they was wilding out there and things were bad in the 80s and 90s, but it's still, we still had a code back then where it was just certain things we just did not do. And one of them was harming children, harming women. You know, those two things, especially the children, we did not do. You know, but nowadays, man, anything, it's like anything goes. I've never seen it this bad before. You know, every time, you know, every day I'm hearing about somebody being victimized or somebody, you know, being taken up out this planet. And I'm telling you, if you know better, you're gonna do better. This is why I'm telling y'all, we got to be armed. And Tech Money, hit me up. Let's figure out something, work something out. I just don't want a situation where YouTube, you know, somebody claim, you know, I want you to come on and I'm gonna put that link up there. You know, so hit me up. My email is in my description, or, you know, on the channel. Hit me up and we'll go from there. Like I say, my future plans for this channel, I'm going the podcast route where it'll be live. And I'm gonna try to get as many guests as I can, even if I have to be my own guest, if that makes sense. I want y'all keep your head on the swivel. You know, everybody watching out for these so-called terrorist cells that's here in this country, but don't get distracted by the notion of a terror attack, because if anything, what's gonna get you is the person that you least expected. And that can be a stranger, that can be a savage in disguise. And you really do need to, you know, keep your head on the swivel and not be so distracted on what's going on in the world. You know, accomplish what you need to do for that day, and get your ass back home. Yes, that's how bad the situation has got in the world, where just leaving out your front door, stepping out your front door, can necessarily mean that might be your last time. You may never make it back home. You got to, I need each and every one of you to think about that shit. The next time you leave your house, think about the notion of never making it back home. Because if you think like that, you're going to automatically keep your head on that swivel. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna automatically, and I know it sounds crazy to some people. I know it sounds like we just some paranoid motherfuckers. But no, I'm gonna say this: ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of paranoia, because it's keeping you on your P's and Q's. We just some realist motherfuckers. We look at the reality of the world, the reality of the city that we live in, the reality of the town that we live in. And if we know that we got some unrighteous, wicked savages walking amongst us, then we got to have our head on the swivel. We got to be savage ready, because you just never know when trouble or evil will come your way, and I don't give a damn how you think you got the shield of the Lord, and I'm not, trying to offend anybody, but I don't care how prayed up you are, you pray all day, every day. But I'm telling you, if you ain't got a firearm, a gun to back that up against these unholy motherfuckers that's out here, then you're gonna be at the devil's mercy. And you don't never want to find yourself in that position, in that situation, to be at the devil's mercy. That's just like a home invasion. You don't have a gun, or you got your gun, locked up in a safe somewhere, and you can't get to it in time, because when they coming in there, they in there. And once they in there, they like, no, what? If you ain't got nothing in there to repel them, they gonna have fun with you tonight. They gonna have fun with you tonight. And we don't want that to happen. So that's why you gotta, not only, it's not about gun ownership, it's about being, prepped up and ready. You know what I'm saying? It's about being able to get to it in time versus you got to run to a whole nother part of the house, and you got to have it nearby, because these savages, once they strike fast. They strike fast, and they on a mission. Trying to read these comments. Nephew, I appreciate you, and I'm glad that you okay. You hear me? It could have been a lot, worse. I know some people that unfortunately they was riding motorcycles and got in accidents and lost their life. So, so I'm glad that you okay. And I'm glad to see you, and keep us posted, okay? Keep us posted. But yeah, it's already a bloody summer, and we at the beginning of summer, and every day it's a shooting, it's somebody being unalived, and it's the reality that I live in. It's crazy. What up, my other nephew? Rest B, we got Rest B in the building. Salute to you, nephew. Love you. Love all y'all. You hear me? But anyway, I need y'all to be safe. Nephew, I'm gonna need you back on the channel too. All right? On one of my future lives. Matter of fact, anybody that want to go live in the future, hit me up, and you can join it. I don't have a problem with y'all coming in. You know what I'm saying? One thing though, your camera got to be on when you do it, because I don't want no weird shit. I don't want nobody getting my channel took down because they on some weirdo shit. Dr. T, hopefully I'll be interviewing you this week or next week, okay? Yeah. I mean, you got to do what you got to do nowadays, man. Things have gotten so just out of control, and expect the crime to go up too, because a lot of people, they out there struggling, and unfortunately they turn to crime. A lot of people, you know, lost a lot of their benefits. And I'm talking about welfare. A lot of people got kicked off of stamps, and you know they don't get cash assistance no more. You know, Trump ended that shit. So a lot of people, it's gonna be an uptick. And I'm not saying because you was on there that you were a criminal, but I'm saying it's a criminal element when people was broke and can't find a job or some type of hustle. A lot of them don't have a problem resorting to violence or crime. So I think the crime is going to go up. It's going to be a crime rate. You know, every day I'm hearing about robberies. I'm hearing about, you know, people unaliving each other, kids. I mean, this shit is crazy. And this is just the beginning of the summer. So, man, I be feeling like sometimes, like we all under siege from savages to the all these anti-gun, you know, politicians. I mean, look what they did in the Senate. We thought we had it made, but the Short Gun Act and what is it, the Hearing Protection Act, which would have made suppressors like regular accessories where you could just go in and buy it and walk out with it instead of all that NFA shit. They stopped that shit from passing. It happened to be a Democrat too. But I promise y'all, I'm not gonna go in on the Democrats. I was never talking about regular Democrat folks. I was talking about the fucking higher ups, the politicians, the one that blow smoke up your ass. But when you think about it, both parties blow smoke up our asses and tell us what we want to hear. So you got the less of one evil, you know. Them Democrats, the politicians, them motherfuckers want your guns. That's what make them a little bit more evil than the Republicans. Because they ain't hell bent on, you know, you got your rhino Republicans, them motherfuckers, but I'm just saying, you know, I ain't backing nobody that don't want me to have particular guns, like an AR-15 or an AK-47. I'm not supporting you. If you don't, you know, especially when the criminals already got them. If the criminals got them, guess what, y'all? We got to have them too. I appreciate every single one of y'all for coming through here. You know, like I said, this is just a runoff. There'll be, you know, every now and then I'm going to upload a video like I've been doing. You know, it might be a members only. Oh, also, I need y'all to go over there to the other channel and support it, please. Life with TNV. We do a lot of partying over there, but we're about to start working on regular content. Like I'm gonna have a video of what's left of my gun collection, and I'm gonna have her rate my guns. You know, I think that's gonna be good. It's gonna be on that channel, and then maybe later I might upload it on this channel. But I'm trying to promote that channel, you know, get it monetized. You feel me? Anybody got any questions for me? Thank you, SB. Nephew, you got to come back on. You know what I'm saying? Also, any topics y'all want me to touch on, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm open to everybody's idea, because this is not just my channel, this is our channel. You feel me? You know, without y'all, man, I just, I don't know what I would do. You feel me? So but be armed. You know, that's It don't take a rocket scientist. You feel me? You got to realize that if somebody break in your house and you don't have a gun and you on your phone hoping and pleading that the police get there in time when you call 911, you got to understand it's going to take a few minutes for them to get there. And I've seen in Detroit personally where it took 30, 40, up to an hour for them to arrive. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to take that chance because you can unalive somebody in seconds. You feel me? So you don't want to take that chance. You just don't want to bank your life on the fact that the police will make it there in time to save you. I mean, I don't even know why you would want to even entertain that idea. You got to be armed and you got to be ready. So many people that could be here still on this earth, but because they wasn't savage ready, because they wasn't aware of their surroundings, that devil got a hold to them, that savage got a hold to them and unalived them. And they no longer here. And they can't come back and make up for their mistakes. So when I'm telling y'all, when y'all leave, the minute y'all step foot out y'all house, I don't give a damn if it's just going to the corner store, corner liquor store, corner gas station. You got to have the mindset, I got to make it back home. Because I'm telling you that when the shit do pop off, it's going to be at one of your most vulnerable moments when you think that it's not going to happen. When you just think that, hell no, can't nothing go left where I'm at right now. That's when it's going to happen. When you least expect it. So many people have lost their lives because split-second decision, they wasn't paying attention. And just like that, damn savage got a hold to them. We can't let that happen. We can't go out like that. We cannot let that happen. You know, in the Bible it says no weapon formed against us shall prosper, right? But we got to have that faith and we got to have our conviction. But we got to, with Trump, all of the above, you got to have that funky town sender. You got to send that dirty, low down, stinking, funky ass, demonic ass savage to Funky Town. And it's okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. We got members of Gun Freak Nation that I got to give all my love to, give all my heart to, give all my salutes to, because they actually have done the deed. When them savages tried them and the savage was armed. But our Gun Freak Nation brother or sister, they was armed up here, as well as armed with the Funky Town sender. And because they were armed up here and knew what to do and was didn't panic, they sent that savage to Funky Town. And I said, don't feel a way about it, because you got to look at the situation. It's either going to be you or me. And it damn sure is not going to be me, and I'm already armed. I have to make it back to my family because they depend on me. And I'd be damn savage. I'd be damn devil that I let you come and destroy my life. I'd be damned. But it seems like every day, man, you hearing about somebody, you know, being unalived, or just somebody just, you know, dying, man. And, you know, unfortunately, you know, when we were born on this earth, you know, we didn't ask to be here, but the minute that you are born, you know, every day that that we get to see, that's another day that's closer to our day, you know? Just on some real shit right now, you know? Every day that we live to see is another day closer to when we leave this earth. But when it's our time, can it be when we are an old man or old woman? And it's and we leave here from natural causes, you know what I'm saying? We don't want to be we don't want to have our life took from us, stolen from us. We can't have our life cut short because we made a stupid split second decision not to pay attention, or we made a fucked up choice to entertain some foolery, some fuck shit. We got to be smart enough. Our mentals got to be elevated enough to see that shit before it even happened and be like, "Ooh, I'm out of here. I will not be a party to the fuck shit." And I don't give a damn whether it's road rage or, you know, an incident where somebody, you know, bumped you, or somebody might be blocking the street with their car and don't want to let you by. Don't get caught up in situations like that because they are emotional powder kegs. And you don't want that shit to explode, because the minute you let your emotions overrule your intelligence, you're gonna do some irrational shit that you're later gonna regret. Or you're not gonna be able to regret it because you're no longer here. So this is why we cannot entertain the foolishness, because number one, you can't expect everybody to be a you. Everybody not gonna think like you or see it the way that you see it from your perspective. And then you just got the types of people that's crazy as fuck. Then you got the types of people that want to go for bad. You got the people that's just straight up ignorant. You just never know who you're going to encounter today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. You just never know, but you got to be prepared for whoever you cross paths with. I would say if somebody walking up to you and you in your car or you somewhere and they, you know, you need to be ready just in case they try to run up on you with their gun out. Because once they get their gun out and aimed at you, you can have 3 guns on you. Ain't shit you can do. Ain't nothing you can do. In a situation like that, try to distract them and then try to get to your gun. But it shouldn't even be a situation where they don't got up on you that close to where they got you like that. And I'm not saying be at, you know, just be pulling out your gun when you see somebody, you know, walking up, you know, coming your way or nothing like that. I'm usually, you can sense a situation when you can just tell something is off, something ain't right. You just feel it in your bones. You just know this shit. But always have that fucky town sender on you and do your best to train with it and to the point to where you comfortable with one in the head. Because sometimes you ain't got time to when seconds matter, you ain't got time to be racking that motherfucker back. I learned that shit a few years ago. Somebody walked up on me. I was at my girlfriend's house, out in the car. Dude come from out of nowhere, talking about he been robbed. But he walked up on me, and I had my Glock 23, or was it the Glock 17? One of them, but I had my Glock on me, but it wasn't one in the head. So if that dude would have had a gun and was up to no good, he could have easily have got me, So when I said, man, go on about your business. He was like, I just got robbed. And what made me think he was on some bullshit was that he insisted that I give him a ride somewhere up the street. I said, man, I ain't about to give you no ride. And as he was walking to come closer to my window, I racked my shit back. He heard that shit. As soon as he heard it, he got the fuck on. But I said I would never be caught like that again without one in the head. Because seconds matter. You know what I'm saying? I've been in plenty of situations where I could have, lost my life. One day, one night I'll talk about some of the encounters I had, and y'all already know my background of where I grew up at, man. I didn't know it at the time, but that was some violent shit that was going down. Murders, all kind of shit. It's like every week or so somebody was getting unalived in that neighborhood. And by my mom being a minister and my father being a police officer, Dad always kept that, the gun up in there. He taught us this ain't no toy. Don't play with this motherfucker. We respected it. You know what I'm saying? But he always kept a shotgun or a rifle or either a handgun because he understood that we was in the hood. But nowadays, it ain't even just the hood. This shit is all over the suburbs. It's everywhere. It's nicer neighborhoods, but there is no more safe neighborhoods. It's happening all over, even in rich folk neighborhoods. I'm talking about $1 million mansions. They've been targeted for home invasions. So, yeah, the devil is busy doing his work, and he got a lot of minions that don't have a problem obeying his orders. But devil, get the hell out of our way. You come fucking with us, we will send you to Funky Town. Okay? We gonna send you to Funky Town. But anyway, Gun Freak Nation. Hey, baby, was you still gonna join this live? Huh? Yeah, you still gonna join the live? Huh? I thought you meant my live. Oh, you said you going live. Never mind. Never mind. Hey, listen, Gun Freak Nation. I need y'all to stay vigilant, stay armed, stay righteous, and just be ready to send that stanky, no good devil to Funky Town when he try you. Damn. So my man, let me highlight this. Told y'all, it may be nicer communities, nicer neighborhoods, but I can assure you there's no such thing as a safe neighborhood. Mm-mm. It ain't happening. Those days are long over. They're long gone. So, Brother Timothy, I need you, brother, to stay safe, keep your head on the swivel, and never let your guard down. But I'm preaching to the crowd right now. Preaching to the crowd. I appreciate every single one of y'all for tapping in, and like I say, look for this every night. I'm gonna try to do it every night. Not gonna lie to you, I might be, shit happens, but there, I'm not really gonna be doing videos like that anymore. It's going to be a podcast. So hit me up if you want to be a part of it, as a guest, and we definitely gonna go from there. But I appreciate every single one of y'all for tuning in, tapping in, and y'all stay safe out there. And Dr. T, I'm gonna be on my best behavior. You already know you get all the respect in the world, and I appreciate you. And I appreciate every single one of y'all. I appreciate my paid members. That Gun Freak, um, the new Gun Freak album gonna drop sometime this month. I've been making so much material, like new beats and shit, that I'm just swapping them out, and I don't know which ones to put on there. I got to pick the best 10. But if I'm constantly creating new material every day that I think that's better than the shit that I already have, then that's the limbo that I'm in right now, But it'll be dropping soon. So cop that, you know what I'm saying? Stream it. And I appreciate every single one of y'all, and thank y'all for tuning in. This is like the pilot to the podcast. This is the pilot right here. And I love this mic. Matter of fact, this is my real studio mic right here. This is my real studio. This is when my significant other writes to one of my, compositions. This is the mic she sings to, sings on. Baby Jesus, man, brother, I lived in Brightmoor back in like 2000. Remember the story I told y'all when I was over on Wyoming and my brother, booted me up out of that house because, I'm glad he did, because I probably would be dead if I stayed there, But when we left from there, we went to his house, the one in Brightmoor. And I'm not going to say it was all bad, but Brightmoor has always had a reputation of being like a kill zone or something. You know what I'm saying? You did. But I lived there briefly, and I still got people that live out in Brightmoor, You know what I thought about it, but I don't know how I would go about hooking up the VR and connecting it to YouTube, unless I do it through some StreamYard type shit. I don't know, but man, I didn't sell it. I traded it, the PlayStation VR. I didn't have the newest one, which is the Generation 2, the Gen 2, right? VR 2. But I had the first one. I paid $400 for it when it first came out. And it was dope. But I didn't like the fact that you was pretty much tethered to your gaming console with all them damn wires and shit. You know, with the Metacrest 3, man, everything literally is built into that headset. You can go out in your backyard, in your front yard, and play a fucking VR game. I bought 3 VR games about 3 days ago. I got Spatial Ops, I got Pablo Shack, I got Contractors, or is it Breachers? No, Contractors. I got another. I mean, they just every gun. And some of the guns, what I get a kick out of. Some of the guns, most of the guns that's in the games, I had them in real life. I had them in real life. Although I may not own them no more, I can at least say that I touched them and I once owned them. And I still got YouTube videos to back it up when I was doing the unboxing videos to them. You feel me? But yeah, that would be what would be even more crazy is if I can put it in the, you know, where y'all can see what I see. You know what I'm saying? But in with the headset that on, it's like it's virtual reality. And what I like about the Metacrest 3 is that it's got a feature on there called mixed reality, where you can it'll scan your fucking house or whatever room that you're in, it will scan it. And you can be literally standing in your living room, and then all of a sudden, a big ass monster gonna bite off the roof, bite off the ceiling. So you get a virtual gun, you got to shoot it or something, or it might be aliens, it could be zombies, you know, climbing through your windows, and you got to put them down. Yes, it's games like that. That's fire. So I would never ever get another PlayStation VR. Metacrest is the way to go. You definitely, hey, you will love it for real. My favorite Funky Town sender that I have right now in my collection, damn, I'm gonna say the one that my go-to. Like right now, if some I hit my, you know, I got cameras and virtual parameter things, you know. So if anybody break that parameter, or even if my camera spot some type of motion, it alarm goes off, a notification. But the first gun that I'm going to would be my SIG MPX. It's never let me down. I've never had any issues with it. Although I should, you know, shoot my firearms a lot more than I actually do. But every time I shot the MPX, I had no issues. So that's my go-to. But if I feel like I'm dealing with, if I feel like I'm facing multiple savages and they got long guns, such as AR-15s or AKs, and I definitely grabbing the Micro Draco 7.62. Know why? Because it's never let me down. I never had any issues. It never jammed on me. I put my life on that. So it would be, you know, that's the heavy hitter. It would definitely be the Micro Draco. And then I can't count the KSG out. When you got 14 rounds of slugs or double-aught buck, yeah. And I got the mini shells, the slugs. I got the fucking slug mini shells. So you can't go wrong with either one of them. You just don't want over penetration. So that's probably why I would not utilize the KSG. I got AK rounds, even though I know that motherfucker will go through brick, whatever. But I have hollow point rounds, and that would tend to fragment on impact. Palmetto State Armory is a godsend. And the reason why I say they are godsend, it's a godsend, is because they are literally blessing us Americans. You know, they make affordable, quality firearms. That's highly reliable. You know, some people be like, well, you know, I need a Daniel Defense, and I had a Daniel Defense. And to me, he was just another, you know, regular AR-15. I liked my reticle quite more than I did that Mark 18 that that I once owned, you know. But yeah, they make quality firearms, and the price is relatively inexpensive compared to the so-called name brand shit. And I don't need for my gun to fire, you know, 100,000 rounds. I don't need to torture test it like that. It don't have to have that type of reliability. All I needed to do is go bang every, you know, time I pull the trigger. I don't give a damn about the barrel being, you know, hammer forged or whatever, cold hammer forged, or, you know, I don't give a shit about that. I just needed to do what it needed to do when it's time to do the do. You get it? That's all I needed to do. I don't need nothing that's gonna, you know, 50,000 down the pipe. I care less. But no knock to the people that do care. Hell, if you can afford it, knock yourself out. You can't not go wrong with the Micro Draco, the brace one. Make sure that you put a brace on it. And like I said, I use mine. It's CQB all day for me, baby. It's CQB, close quarter combat. That'll take a funky ass savage's funky ass foot off. You hear me? So, you know, some people don't you know, I got a lot of flack back in the day from some trolls. You know, would you trying to do harm to the neighbors, man? What about your neighbors? Number one, I ain't got neighbors on either side of me directly. And I use hollow points. So, and another thing, like I said in the video, I said if you a neighbor and you hear, you know, I don't give a fuck where you at, you gonna hear that Draco going off because they loud as hell. So if you don't get your ass down, if you don't get your dumb ass and sit down and lay down somewhere before bullets do go to flying in your house, you don't need to be walking around, standing up or in the window, peeping and shit. Get your ass down on the ground, on that floor. Just like we did a couple of months ago when the house up the street from me got shot up with a Draco. Man, that motherfucker was about 80 rounds. Shit, I dove my naked ass right off the bed onto the floor. Dick and balls swinging everywhere. My girl had just made her a cold cut bologna, ham, salami, whatever the fuck it was, sandwich. Just when she was taking a bite, man, it sounded like World War III broke out in that motherfucker. My baby died down on the floor, sandwich still in her motherfucking mouth. And my ass, I had just took me a little sip. So I'm on the bed, chilling. You know what I'm saying? Just chilling. I'm hearing the shots. Can't believe I'm hearing the motherfucking shots. I'm saying, oh shit, this sounds like it's right outside my motherfucking window. Let me roll off this motherfucking bed. Got on the floor, crawled to the edge of the staircase, crawled out here. Gunshot still firing. You know, that's the day, well, the night when the Detroit police say, y'all got to get the fuck out of here. Y'all got to evacuate. These motherfucking savages, when they shot the house up, they shot the gas meter up. gas, spilling out everywhere. It might blow up the whole street. So we had to get the fuck up out of there. But yeah, ain't nothing wrong with the 7.62 x 39, man. That's a formidable, deadly, super lethal round right there. And it's good for home defense depending on your living situation. If you're in an apartment, you may want to rethink that. You know what I'm saying? If you in a house and you got loved ones, children, you may want to rethink that. But at the same time, you want to be able to put that savage down. You want to take him out right away. You want to put him down. You want to have that knockdown power. So it depends on everybody's living situation is different. It's unique. Exactly. Anyway, Freak Nation, any more questions? Like I say, I will be going back live later tonight. 9 or 10. It ain't gonna be no motherfucking set date. When I go live, I'm just gonna go motherfucking live. Because I ain't trying to report to this motherfucker like it's a job, all right? I hate that shit. You did. So y'all look at the notifications when I go live again. And, Dr. T, if you're still in here, I look forward to the interview. I will be on my best behavior. Y'all know I ain't like that. I ain't going to be flirting or nothing like that. I'm not going to do that, all right? Then I want to have a podcast. I want somebody, I'm going to put the link up. I need a woman and I need a man, okay? We're going to have because I'm going to have my woman by my side. So we're going to have a battle of the sexes. We're going to talk about whether are women who cheat the most, whether it's women or men, who's the most sneakiest, whether it's women or men. And then we're going to talk about situations where I was dealing with the wrong type of woman and, messing around with her ass. I could have got my ass, my damn head, split blown out. So it's going to be about situations where because you was dealing with this crazy ass woman or the woman dealing with a crazy ass dude. It's vice versa. But I need to hear y'all stories and how y'all made it out that situation alive. That's just one of the topics we gonna have. It's gonna be late night talk with TElectrik, and we gonna touch on a lot of shit. This shit is going to be epic. And every now and then, I want one of the viewers to click the link. Make sure you ain't on no bullshit. Because, turn your camera on. And if you're a nice looking woman, I don't want my woman to coke me upside the head. But, like that R. Kelly song, I'm a flirt. You know what I'm saying? I'm a flirt. You did. Anyway, man, what is y'all thoughts on, I want to hear y'all thoughts on, the jury deliberations in the Diddy trial. And, I think they convicted him on 4 counts. But the main count, that racketeering, they clashing on that. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with the jurors that's clashing because none of that shit that he did amount to an organization of organized crime or whatever that shit is. The racketeering that they're trying to get him on. They don't amount to that shit. And the trial was never about domestic violence, physical assaults. It wasn't about that. He didn't get charged with beating Cassie's ass, So I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is they trying to charge him with, because I thought you had the freedom to be a freak. I mean, they trying to legislate that into the law where you can't be a freak no more. I mean, what they gonna do? I mean, who next? Is they gonna dig Rick James up? Is they gonna get him next? posthumously and charge him for all the freaky shit he did? What about good old Hugh Hefner? All them freak parties they had? Shit, man. Man, I remember when I was a teenager and I used to sneak and order the bring back memories. I used to sneak and order that damn Playboy channel back in the day. Oh man, I used to get on the phone and be like, I'd be like pretending to be my mama. Man, I ain't shit for that. I ain't, because the cable was in my mama's name. You know what I'm saying? So, I call, I call them. You know what I'm saying? I would call them and, have my voice high pitched, and I'd be like, hey, can I get that? I'm getting it for my, my boyfriend. It ain't for me, but can I get it? Add it to the lineup. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I would get the Playboy channel. And on that Playboy channel, these motherfuckers, man, these motherfuckers would be throwing parties where it would be literally orgies. Motherfuckers having sex in that, what was that pool? The grotto, or whatever the hell it was. I mean, I seen this shit on the channel, jacking off and everything, watching this shit. So I'm just as a freak as they is, because I watched it and jacked off to this shit. I'm only human, goddammit. But listen, so where is the uproar over that? Is they gonna go after him and try to charge and sue him? You know what I'm saying? I just think that a lot of that shit is just some hopped up bullshit. And all them motherfuckers that was involved in all that freak off shit, none of them motherfuckers was forced to do it. Them was some paid prostitutes. They got paid. Hell, if somebody pay me $800, $900 to fuck Cassie, who would turn that down? Hell, you pay me $50, pay me $5, and I'll fuck Cassie. So these motherfuckers was getting paid $800 to $900 to fuck Cassie. Them niggas is not no motherfucking victims. Okay? They not no victims. Hell, I would have said, Cassie. We talk about Cassie here. Man, so if anything, in my opinion, the motherfuckers was just some freaky ass motherfuckers. They was just freaks. They was just freaks. And, Diddy, like I say, I don't got off and got turned on asking the women in my life at point when I was dating them. I would get, turned on just, asking them about their past sexual escapades or sexapades. And it would make me feel, even though it was before me, it would make me feel arrayed. But at the same time, it kind of turned me on. So I can, I'm not saying I would never take it to the point to where I want to see a nigga fuck my woman. You know what I'm saying? That nigga Diddy took that shit to a whole nother level where this nigga getting off on watching a male escort, fuck his woman. And I'm like, that's some freaky ass shit. But hey, man, look, that's your business. That's your personal life. If it makes you happy doing some freak shit, then hey, it ain't none of my business. You know what I'm saying? I just think, I don't even know what they're trying to charge me with. Remind me of the Trump case when they threw all that shit up and took one charge and turned that one slice into, 35 slices. you know, make the shit make sense. You know, I just think it's some bullshit. And, you know, I just think it's some bullshit. And I think that all of the women that was partook in it, they enjoyed the lifestyle. Even though ass whoopings, they was willing to deal with the ass whooping. But I ain't buying into that shit. Oh, I couldn't leave, and you know, you can break free and get the fuck out if you really want to, you know. But I don't know, man. I think that they're gonna find them guilty on some of the charges, but I think the main charge, that racketeering, I think it's gonna be a hung jury on that. I think it's gonna be a hung jury, cause I ain't seen nothing that he did that it was some type of organization. He was just on some kinky, freaky ass shit, and I knew from day one when I first saw that nigga back in what 95 or something like that. He was in Biggie video. I said, something ain't right about this nigga. He just looked, something ain't right about him. Nigga looked off, you know. And not, you know, it was just. I knew it. I knew it. That it was something to that nigga, and we was right all along. We was right. Yeah, man, come on. You know Cassie wanted to fuck some of them male escorts. It's all some freaky shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I would ever want to see, you know, in person, my woman fuck another man, but I would be curious, like if I meet a woman and she got a sex tape from her past, you know what I'm saying? This is before me. I probably would not have a problem watching it. Matter of fact, I would want to watch it. You know what I'm saying? I would want to watch it. How does that make me any different than Diddy? Well, the difference between that would be I'm not in the actual room watching them fuck. You know, I ain't hid up somewhere in the closet peeping at them while they fuck. You know, I'm not watching in another room from a hidden camera while they fuck. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference. And this is before me. But I would not, you know, because I get, you know, what is it? I don't know if she right or is she wrong in this situation. But you know, my past and the things that I like to do, you know, not to get too personal, you know, but, you know, I was big on being with a woman and, you know, she was cool. I wanted to videotape. And, you know, this is before sex tapes got popular. You know what I'm saying? This is way before. I'm talking about VHS cassette. I'm talking about that type of time. You know, because I'm like, you know, I was into, you know, back in the day, this is the old me. You know, I was into porn. You know, I watch porn right now. But I was into it, you know, and I'm like, well, I'm looking at these motherfuckers. I would rather look at myself. So over the years, I've accumulated a nice collection. But every woman that I've been with, from my ex to my current, they, you know, was like, you got to get rid of them. You got to destroy them. What you keeping them for? What you need them for? And I said, I don't really watch them like that. I don't watch them. I just got them because they. I've had them for so long. And then, what if I did destroy them and it don't work out? It don't work out with me and you. Guess what? I don't destroy my collection for nothing. You know. So that's the reason why, but they feel some type of way. They was like, well, if you with me, what you need that for? It's not about it's not about needing any of them. It's about collection. It's about let me see. I'm trying to justify the shit. But listen, it's about your history. You know what I'm saying? It's about, I don't know. It's just, damn it, I was just a kinky, freaky motherfucker, all right? Forgive me, all right? Forgive me. Anyway, shit, I don't lost my train of thought. I don't forget what the fuck I was just, talking about. But like I say, this motherfucker gonna be all the way live, all the way lit. We gonna have Dr. T coming on as a special guest. I'm gonna try to get as many people as I can. And hey, this gonna be one big ass gun freak party. Okay? This gonna be a fucking party. This shit is gonna be epic. I'm reaching out to my brother Johnny Snow, man. You got to reply to me, Johnny. I remember when Johnny wanted me to do, the show with him, and I did it briefly, but at that time, my mind just wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? And Johnny was like, T, where the fuck you at? And I might be don't forget that we was supposed to went live 8 p.m. that night, and my ass all the way out there in the burbs doing some shopping or whatever. Shit. So it just wasn't for me, but you know what? That was last year, 2 years ago. Let's get this podcast up and going, and I need y'all support to come through and watch it, because I'm gonna keep it all the way funky. I'm gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to be all dramified and have a messy podcast, but I'm just saying it's gonna get real, because I'm gonna keep it real every time when I go live. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Hold on. Thank you so much, Jim from Arkansas. Jim is a new member. Let me see, can I find that applause? Wait a minute. Do I got my applause? I ain't got my applause no more. I gotta resample my applause. Damn. Well, can I clap for you? Can I clap? Thank you. Thank you. But where's my, hold on, I think I'm still trying to get used to this. Oh, no, I ain't trying to give you that effect. My bad. My bad, Jim. My bad. I'm trying to find the applause. My bad. I'm trying to find, I think I accidentally erased the applause, but let me see. My bad. That ain't the applause. God damn. I'm sorry. Where the fuck is the... There we go. You gonna get the horn, brother. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being a member. Damn, it sampled me. That's crazy. Okay, what's the next one? Okay, I'm getting you the... Thank you for becoming a member. If you want Members Only Volume 1, please, Jim, hit my email so I can send you those free beats, and you can do whatever the fuck you want to do with them. Fuck to them, take a shit to them, clean your guns to them, put them in the background if you upload YouTube videos. I don't give a damn. You get it free for supporting Gun Freak Nation. I love you for that, Jim. Thank you kindly. Appreciate that. Yes. Appreciate it. And I got to resample my crowd applause, because my ass is still getting used to this, and I don't know, I'm still learning it. You know, I'm still trying to learn this right there. Do all kind of like cool shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it does all kind of cool shit. It's got the built-in. You know, some of the shit that this thing do, I can do it with the studio shit that I got. You know, I've been making beats. I'm a producer too, right? But I don't want to be reaching all the way over here pressing keys and shit like that when I can just get me some shit off of Amazon. And yeah, this motherfucker do a lot. How I can pitch my voice up, I can slow it up and sound like a savage. Yeah, I love this motherfucker. So, you know, it's gonna be some trippy nights on this podcast. You feel me? But once again, salute to you, Jim, for becoming a member. Hit me up if you want the volume 1, and I'm getting ready to drop volume 2. Maybe I have you on here as a guest if you're comfortable. I'm gonna start putting the link up, and y'all can jump in with me. You feel me? So, yeah, I appreciate you, and I got another member, man. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Amen. I got to put some church. I got to sample some church music. Cause brother, you made me wanna, you know, you made me wanna clap for motherfucking joy. You hear me? Thank you for loving me, and I love you too, brother. Amen. You know what I'm saying? I'm wishing everybody a blessed, savage, free night. But you will already know what to do when that devil come for you. You know what I'm saying? You already know what to do. You did, you know, send a stinking ass to Funky Town and stay armed. I don't give a damn who you are. I don't care what color you are, what race you are, what religion, what sex, what sexuality. It don't matter. Stay safe and stay fucking savage ready at all times. I'm going back live later tonight, and we gonna party like it's 1999 up in this bitch. You feel me? Well, I appreciate that. Thanks, Jim. I really do. What up, though? Do something different. Well, you know, YouTube. I did a video one day and uploaded it, and my significant other she didn't get that video until the next day, the notification. So when your channel are being shadow banned, they try to slow it down with the algorithms, and they you know, it's grinding. The growth of this channel is grinding at such a slow pace that it's literally sparks is you know. But I'm not gonna let that you know deter me from pushing forward. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I would love more subscribers and you know more members. Of course, you know that would be a lie to tell you that I'm perfectly cool where I'm at right now. No, I need as many people I possibly can to hear the message, and the message is clear. If you want to protect your family, guard your family from, you know, death and destruction, then you got to be responsible and buy a firearm of your liking. And in that way, it you know, train with it, of course, but that way it gives you a fighting chance to deal with the devil. You know what I'm saying? It gives you that fighting chance. And this is the reason why everybody in here that's watching this of age legally to buy a gun, you should have a gun. And they're not expensive. You can really get reliable firearms on the low. And I'm talking about like $200 low. You know, so there's no excuse. There's no excuse whatsoever. You know, so I'm testing. I mean, how I'm sounding now because I'm testing out the reverb. Okay, that's the karaoke. Okay, church. I don't sound like I'm in church. I don't sound like I'm in church. Okay, it sounds like a hall now. All right. Valley. Hello. Okay. Who? I don't know what she said. What that preset was. Okay, it's back normal. All right. My bad, y'all. I'm still learning all the shit that, you know, you can play background music on it. And of course, you know, I'm gonna play my shit, my beats, because I ain't trying to get no copyright strike. I would love to throw some Prince on or some Michael Jackson on. You know what I'm saying? I would love to do that, but they'll shut this fucking down so fast. So I'm only gonna do original music. But anyway, y'all, I'm about to tap out, and I'll see y'all tomorrow night. You know what I'm saying? And leave in the comments. Give me some topics y'all want me to talk about. It ain't always got to be about guns or or you know, politics or, you know, funky ass savages. You know, we got an open floor. You know, any topic is welcome. So, you know, leave it in the comments what you want to hear me talk about, or, you know, is there anybody that you want to see me interviewing? You know, I can't promise nobody that I can get somebody that don't want to come on here, but I can ask. You know what I'm saying? But I'm about to tap on out of here. I love you, Gun Freak Nation. And listen, I need y'all to stay armed, stay responsible with your firearms. You know, stay righteous, and be ready to send that stinking ass savage to Funky Town when he come your way. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I didn't even know. I don't, you know, well, you know what? Back in 2022, my channel, I'll never forget it, was September. How many days in September? Anyway, it was the last day of September. My channel got hacked. Some kind of way that motherfucker got in my channel, took over it, changed the password. I couldn't even log into my own shit. He took control over it, the hacker. He changed the name of the channel. So I had to put in a complaint to YouTube. But here's the thing. The crazy thing about it is you cannot, it's nothing on YouTube where you can contact people directly. You know what I'm saying? There's no kind of contact information, at least at that time. There was no way to complain because, number one, I did not have a YouTube channel. My channel had been hijacked, taken over. So it was hard to reach out to YouTube. So my sister it informed me that you can get in touch with people higher ups at YouTube, you know, at YouTube through Twitter at the time. It was called Twitter then. I know it's X now. So I reached out. It was a group called Team YouTube. Man, within 30 minutes, they reached back out. They was like, we're going to try to get the channel back for you. You had to explain to them that I got hacked and that wasn't me. So Team YouTube worked, and within like 48 hours, maybe 3 days, I had my shit back. My channel was back. All right? I was happy than a motherfucker. I'm like, you dirty ass, savage ass hacker doing me like that. But I found out that was just the beginning of the nightmare. I didn't have that channel back a whole day before YouTube took the channel. YouTube took the channel down because of the bullshit scam shit that the hacker was posting, right? He was doing all that crypto and Bitcoin, you know, scamming people, you know. So they shut me down, took the channel from me. So I had to basically tell them, look, all this stuff that was illegally posted, that was when my channel was hijacked. That wasn't me. So I had to convince them, show them evidence, and that my, channel was indeed hacked. So when they did their investigation, which took about 2 weeks, they gave my channel back, man. And I've been blessed to have it back. They finally gave it back to me. It got hacked the last day of September. I didn't get my channel back until like November the 20th. And I was miserable. So I never want to, go through a situation like that again. Do something. You said monsters are real. You want to elaborate on that? We know savages are real because we hear about them damn near every day out there, unaliving people and just doing the devil's work. But you saying it's some real monsters? Like you talking about like monsters that's in a movie? Or you talking about like these damn monsters that's out here committing all these crazy evil crimes? Because they monsters too. I don't even know what time it is right now. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Like I said, this is the pilot. This is just a runoff. I can't wait to let me see. Can I downsize this? I don't think it's gonna let me do it. This is why I fuck with StreamYard. StreamYard, in my opinion, is the best. So when I go live, it will always be from StreamYard. You said dog man, and pale crawlers and Sasquatch and well, you know what? Hey man, it's all kind of crazy things that exist in this world. Cause you're gonna be gonna make me go back to my 2016 UFO encounter. And I know y'all ain't trying to hear that long, drawn out ass, true, real life story that really happened to me when I saw that lava ball. That it was like a ball of fire, like a plasma orb, but it had like it was beautiful. It was reddish orange, and it was all subtle and dim, and it turned up in brightness, but it didn't illuminate nothing around it. The light was trapped within it, the surface of it. It wasn't like a conventional, light, like a headlight or a flashlight, or a street pole like that. Those lights are designed to illuminate what's around it, right? This thing, it didn't do that. You could see it, but it didn't cast no light. And I knew right then and there that it wasn't normal, but it was beautiful, man. I didn't panic or had no fear in me. I just knew I was looking at something that wasn't from this world, at least our world. It wasn't from this dimension, is what I'm trying to say. But I can look at it like in my mind as if it just was yesterday. And when I tell you that this thing was beautiful, the color, I still can't put my finger on the color of it because it was like a reddish orange, or it was orange, reddish. No, it was more reddish, but it had orange. It was like, imagine you looking at some lava. Imagine some lava that's round like an orb. Imagine that, but it's reddish and it's orange and it's pulsating, and you got shit. It's like blinking, like that, blinking, shimmering, and you got all kind of shit, swimming around it, but it's not casting any illumination or anything. No, nothing is illuminated near it. The fucker, whatever this object was, because it was nothing mechanical about it. It didn't have no, it wasn't like a traditional airplane where you got the rings, you got the tail, you got the rotors, you got the engines, none of that shit. No helicopter, no helicopter blades. It wasn't no fucking Chinese lantern either. This thing, it was and I got part of it on video. I know y'all tired of me saying that shit too, but it was some type of fireball, lava orb. That motherfucker started getting bright as if somebody was turning up a dimmer switch in your dining room for your chandelier, like a dimmer, and it just went from dim to bright. And as it got bright, it started making all these electrical noises, like electricity. And then that's when it started dripping what looked to be, appeared to be like molten metal, like hot metal, like somebody welding something. You got that hot steel or whatever that's melting, and this molten metal, it started looking like that, you know, falling off of it. And all of a sudden, at the time when it done that, another one from out of nowhere just sprung up from behind the trees. And I'm like, holy fuck shit. But looking back on it, I'm thinking that the shit that dripped off is what formed the second orb. And it came up from behind the trees, and we was like, holy shit. But jaw dropped, and I just ran in the house screaming, there's UFOs out there. So when I did that, my rest in peace to my brother Bud. Bud went out there, and my niece went out there, and we all witnessed that shit with my son, you know. And that, so I'm just telling you, it's shit. It's other entities that operate in this world. Where they originate from, I do not know. But I know what I saw that night, and I'll never forget it as long as I live. I know what I saw that night, you know, and my son can attest to it, and rest in peace to my brother Kurt and my niece. We all saw it, and I got it on video. I'm gonna have to put that fucking video on my iPad and show it. You know, because I didn't think I can. You know, my phone had died, and all I had in my hands at the time access to was this old ass JVC camcorder. It wasn't even HD at the time, and I was able to get like a few seconds of footage of it. You have to really look hard at the screen, but you can see the two orbs, but the camera didn't do it justice because they look like stars. They right, but in real life, seeing them in person, they were beautiful. They were amber, reddish, orange lights, and it was like fire, like a fireball, a plasma ball. It looked like imagine a ball of lava that's reddish and orange. And it was beautiful, man. And this had intelligence to it, because it looked as if it knew that we were watching, and it put on a show for us. And at one point, an airplane flew in its direction. And as soon as the airplane got directly over the object blanked out. It went invisible. As soon as the airplane passed over, it reappeared. And it just stayed there for like a couple of minutes. And then all of a sudden, they just took off. And we lost sight of them in a bank of clouds. But I would never, ever, you know, I'm not making this shit up. I'll never forget that as long as I live. Yeah. Oh man, do something different. I'm big on horror movies, brother. And The Mist is like one of my favorite movies. I remember seeing it for the very first time, I believe like in 2007. I think I watched it on bootleg or some shit like that. And that was crazy. Them people being locked in that grocery store and they couldn't leave it because it was like monsters and shit in The Mist. That you gonna make me want to put that on tonight. The Mist. That's a good ass movie. Another movie favorite of mine is Kurt Russell, Isaac Hayes, Escape from New York. I remember going to the movies to see that back in 82. And John Carpenter, he made that fucking movie. That movie ain't shit without his soundtrack, without his scores, the music to it. Same thing with Halloween. Halloween, especially part one. That movie would be slow as hell and it wouldn't be shit. It's the music that drives Halloween 1 for me. You know, music is powerful, you know. All right, I'm gonna look that channel up and check it out because I don't doubt, you know, people doubt me on the sighting that I saw, but you know, people tell you was tripping or tell that was a Chinese lantern. Bullshit. It's easy for you to say that because you wasn't there. I was there, and you're not gonna like convince me and tell me that I'm not saying what I'm fucking saying. And that's the part that where it's getting insulting. You know, a skeptic, you know, which I really don't give a fuck whether you believe me or not. I know what I saw. And it wasn't just me that witnessed it. And I got a snippet of it on video. Anyway, y'all, I really do appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna see y'all later tonight when I go live again. And this is the one off the pilot to, you know, let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate every single one of you. Love you. I want y'all to have a safe night. Y'all got any more last questions before I jump off though? Thank you for putting me on to that other channel. I'm definitely gonna check it out. Oh shit! Oh wow! Yeah, that's crazy. I'm gonna have to check it out. Y'all sure it wasn't no skit? It wasn't nobody dressed up as Bigfoot? Was it the real deal Holyfield, or was it a skit and they were disguised in a costume? You know, because you know nowadays, man, people pretty much do anything to get them views. You know what I'm saying? On these TikToks and Instagrams and YouTubes and Facebooks. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the views. So, and then with this AI, see now I'm sounding like a skeptic. You know what I'm saying? You did, but I know what I saw. It was the real deal, and I don't even know. I can't tell you whether it was a little green man. I don't know, but I will say this. I'm gonna say this. It wasn't mechanical. I think it was a life form. I don't think it damn sure wasn't no fucking drone. I get tired of that shit. The drone is the new swamp gas. When motherfuckers would back in the day, motherfuckers would say, "I saw a UFO." Ah, motherfucker, you tripping? That's just swamp gas. So the drones have become the new swamp gas. But when motherfucker really see a real, true UAP or UFO, a motherfucker gonna always say, "You saw a drone." You know what I'm saying? But what I believe in my heart, this thing was some type of life form because it had intelligence. It was floating, it stopped, it hovered, it got bright to the point to where it was leaking some type of molten metal substance, and then another one formed up and came up, and it was like geometry. The way it angled up to it, it came up to it, but it was at an angle, some type of geometry. The original one that I saw was sitting slightly higher, and it was at an angle, and they hovered rock solid in the night sky. Then all of a sudden they took off at the same speed. It was like a life form. I don't know what it is, where it came from, how it exists, but all I know is what I saw. And it didn't appear to be no type of craft at all. This thing was an orb, and I believe it was a life form because it had intelligence. I don't think it was something else controlling it and telling it what to do. But it's something that I'll never be able to explain or understand. But all I know is that I bear witness to it, and I got part of it on tape, on video. Because at the time when I ran out there with that camcorder, you couldn't see shit in that tiny ass screen. So I didn't think it was picking it up, or I thought that the battery was low on that too. So yeah. One day I'm gonna play that video. You know, I would try to do it now, but I don't want to click on the wrong video and you see me, your boy, having sex. So I would have to sort through it, through and find it through all my naughty videos. Okay, I gotta, you know, filter out, because I could do it now, but I don't want to take that chance of me clicking on the video and you see me, you know, eating my ramen's ass or something like that, you know, or sucking a toe or something, you know. So you don't need to see all that. You know, maybe one day on OnlyFans, when I start my OnlyFans, maybe only then. You know what I'm saying? Maybe then, just maybe then. You know what I'm saying? Some of you horny motherfuckers will join my fucking OnlyFans. Don't sit up in that fucking chat room and cap and lie. You know what I'm saying? Especially the women. Okay? Especially the women. The women, okay? Don't hurt my feelings and say, nah, nigga, I wouldn't pay 2 cents to watch you. No, don't do me like that. Don't I ain't that ugly. Don't do me that way. Don't do me like that, y'all. All right, don't do me that way. You know what I'm saying? But you know, if I did have an OnlyFans, it'd basically be like my what was that series I had back in the day? Damn, Gun Porn. Yeah, I had a series back in the day called Gun Porn, and it was about real life situations that I got myself in where I could have been unalive because I was distracted by some pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did an episode. If y'all scroll probably about 1,000 videos down, you would probably see it. But that was the first episode, the episode where I had went to the Detroit Electronic Music Festival, y'all. That's when it was free. I don't go no more because they want $150, like $170 per fucking ticket. How you gonna go from it being free to now the ticket's like $180? Y'all kiss my ass. I ain't into techno that damn bad. But anyway, I had went down there when it was free, and on the way back, you know, I caught the bus. I had a car. I wasn't no bum ass nigga or nothing like that. I had a car. But one thing about downtown Detroit, that motherfucker congested, and there's no place to park. And then the places that you can park, it's $20, $30 just to park your car. And you still got a time limit. If you don't get the bitch out, you will have a ticket or you either gonna be towed. So I didn't want to deal with all that headache. So I said, fuck it. At the time where I was living at, I was right off of Grand River, like maybe 3 houses down from Schoolcraft and Grand River, where they intersect. And it's a bus stop right there on that corner on Grand River. You hop on the bus, shit, about 30 minutes later, maybe 30 if you're lucky, 40 if it's late, you gonna be downtown. It's gonna take you right in the heart of downtown, right there on Griswold. For you Detroiters, you know what I'm talking about. And then you get off at Capitol Park, and then you're gonna walk about 5 or 6 blocks, city blocks, maybe 4, maybe 5 at the most. It's a straight shot. Because you keep going, you're going to walk into the Detroit River. But before you walk into the Detroit River, you got Hard Plaza. And that's where the Techno Fest was at. On the way back home, it was a Sunday night. Buses running late. At nighttime, it get cold as hell. In the daytime, it's hot. But at nighttime, it cold. Temperatures don't drop. I had nothing on but a t-shirt and some shorts, you know. And I'm cold, shivering, and all of a sudden this beautiful stranger woman just came up to me. And we was both waiting on the bus, you know. And you know, we sparked up a conversation. She was cool. I could tell she was throwing me some flavor. You know what I'm saying? She shot me some flavor. And I remember laughing, and I was making her laugh. And it was just taking so fucking forever for a bus to pass, you know, to come by. You know, it's a Sunday night, man. You know, I wanted to go to that damn Techno Fest so bad, you know. But anyway, all of a sudden she was like, "You cold?" I was like, "Hell yeah, I'm cold." I didn't want to put my arms in my you know shirt, because even back then, your boy T was Savage ready. I'm not gonna tuck my arms in my shirt. What if a you know, Savage try to get me? You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let that. Hell no, no way. So I wasn't tucking my, you know, because a lot of people were, well, nigga, right? You can just put your arms. I mean, you can't do that shit at no bus stop at you know, 12 o'clock, midnight, 1 o'clock, you know. You can't do that shit. So she was like, well, let me she was like, well, you know, let me keep you on with my body. I mean, you know, body heat. So she gave me the biggest hug. We was hugging each other. We was right there, 1 o'clock, at the edge of the city on Grand River, in front of an abandoned church at a bus stop. And you know, she smelled good, you know, everything was just so, you know, the vibe and everything was good. And I'm no cap, this shit happened. You feel me? And you know, one thing led to another. And you know, next thing you know, we went on the side of that abandoned church, and you know, let's just say that let's just say that several buses passed us by that night. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put it to you like that. And the crazy thing is, I never got her name. I never asked her, you know, her name. And I'm like, man, I said, that's some wild, crazy shit right there. You know, in the video, I go into more details. That was back in my crazy days where, you know, I didn't have a problem saying I love to eat pussy. You know what I'm saying? But the thing of it is, I could have got my fucking head blown the fuck off. She could have been setting me up. I said, I'll never, ever do something irresponsible and foolish like that again. Because I could have got my fucking head blown off. She could have took me back there and slit my fucking throat, or slit my fucking dick off, or my balls off, or something, man. You know, It's just, I don't know why I did the things that I did, but I praise God that, you know, I made it through. You know what I'm saying? That I survived it, my journey so far. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna have a segment about shit like that, you know, because you know a lot of people commenting on the videos, the gun porn videos. You know, they was commenting the situations where they could have lost their life or could have, you know, ended somebody else's life because they was put in a dire situation over a female or a lover. You know what I'm saying? So I would love for y'all to you know, to comment, you know, and testify. Give me your story. Share your truth with me. I'm looking forward to it, and I can't wait to hear your story, your true story. You know, I want to know why you aren't. I want to know why you think the way that you think, and how you know, like nobody else, no one else, that this is a devil's world. The devil thrives in this world because the way that the world, you know, the system is, and the way the system is set up. You know, the lack of money is the root of all evil, and people will do anything. People will turn on you, even family, when it comes to that shit. You know, so be ready at all times, no matter what. I'll see y'all later tonight. And hopefully, hey, I know Dr. T, you said hopefully maybe next week, but I gotta get you on this channel. So I got so many questions for you. You know, another person I would like to interview is Big Bayday. You know what I'm saying? He's a deep thinker. You know, I love deep thinking people, man. You know, they it's something about them. They just think different from the norm. You feel me? But anyway, y'all, I'm out of here, and I'll see you on the next live. I salute to you. You feel me? Any more questions though before I jump off? Any more questions? And thank you once again, Jim, for becoming a member. Brother, that $2.99 or $1.99 or whatever, hit me up. TElectrik is a TElectrik313 at gmail.com, or I think that's it. It's in one of my you will find it in the video description. So go there, let me know that you if you want the members only volume 1, and I got you. I'm gonna send you the files. I appreciate you. Thank you to every single one of y'all paid members. Also, thank you to my moderators. I got the best moderators in the whole fucking world. And you know, thank you to everybody else that fuck with me, because I fuck with y'all, and I don't want to see no harm come y'all way, because I love you. Y'all deserve to have peace in your life. You got to protect your life at all times. Okay? Protect your life. Protect you and your loved ones' lives, your family. It don't matter. You don't deserve for somebody to come in and break your peace. Protect your peace at all times. I love you, Godfrey Nation. I'm embracing this new journey of turning this channel into a podcast channel. And I'm still gonna put videos out, but this is gonna be a podcast channel. And every now and then, I'm gonna throw the link up, and I get to see you before I bring you into the show. So if you ain't looking, I mean, I you know, if I think you a troll, because you know, I don't want to put nobody on here that, you know, and then all of a sudden they show their ass, literally show their ass or whatever. I can't have YouTube taking the channel down. So I gotta kind of know you before I let you in, fill you out. You feel me? I can't take that chance. And Tech Money, I got to get you. You hit me up, and I need to send you that link. You come in, and then you put your link up. That's your link. That's why I need you in here. You know, and people want to donate, let them donate if if you got it. Hey, if you got it to spare, help my brother Tech Money out. You know, I'm pretty sure he would appreciate it, and I would too. You know. Anyway, y'all, I'm about to jump off. And I'll see y'all later tonight. I had fun, but I got to get people on here because I love to interact with people. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, y'all stay safe, stay armed, stay responsible with your firearm, and be ready to send that low down savage to Funky Town. You feel me? Love you, Down Free Nation. Salute, baby. This is the first episode, the pilot. See y'all sometime tonight. We gonna turn up like it's 1999 in this bitch. Love you, Down Free Nation. Salute.